Hi, I'm Megan Holiday here at the world famous KROQ here with Hozier.
Hey.
Hi, how
How's it
are
going?
you?
Yeah, very good.
Good. So it's good to see you. You're a lot taller than I thought you would be.
I know, yeah.
You have a good
I'm
foot.
actually two people.
You are, aren't
I'm
you?
two people in one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you're here today. We've been playing your new song, Better Love, which...
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very
so
much.
it's going to be on the new Tarzan soundtrack.
Yes, yeah.
So how does that work when they approach you to do a song for a film?
Mm-hmm. It's the first time that I've written for film, so it's all kind of new to me. But they reached out and we're talking about a contemporary song for the film. It was the last time I was in LA, which was a couple of weeks ago, and they showed us like an early edit, and the director is a guy called David Yates. He's fantastic and really great to work with. Rupert Gregson-Williams kind of composed the score, and they showed me an early edit of the film.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you get a little bit of a storyline so that you can write accordingly.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So I got to see an early edit, and then we kind of discussed it, but it was like the deadline is 3 or 4 weeks away. So so to have the song completed, it's like 4 weeks or something. So mixed and mastered.
That's intense.
So it's a challenge, yeah. But I think I had just come off tour and I hadn't written and gone into studio for about 2.5 years. And so I was eager for a challenge like that. And I said, if I can have a demo in 5 days, we have a song. And if not, we're no.
Well, I love it. It's got a really rich, full sound to it.
Thank you.
Kind of sultry. It's very nice.
Thank you very much. That's exactly how I would describe myself.
Really?
Sultry.
Yeah, very sultry. Yeah, you've got a sultry look going on.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And so you've been saying for the last little while that you wanted to take a break, and then here you are back again, having to make a song in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So when are you actually taking a break?
Taking a break. Well, we don't use the B word anymore, but I think soon in about 2 weeks. So I think this, I'll be talking about the song a little bit here and before the premiere and in London. But I'm eager to kind of fall off the map. And when this kind of call came through, I was just in the process of doing that. I was a few days into everything being finished. So yeah, I mean, I'm eager to. I mean, I've never been more kind of charged and more excited for writing new music.
Yeah,
so
totally.
I can't wait to get
So have you been writing it all on the road, or do you plan to do that while you're on your break?
It's difficult. I found on the road you're in the pockets of 15 other people all the time, and you're all go, and you're all having to, you're all externalizing everything. You're having to kind of just but for me, writing is it's a quiet thing. You do it on your own, and so I have a huge amount of ideas, that you would be writing down the whole time, but it's turning those ideas into songs is the next step.
Absolutely. So how do you think this next record is going to be different than your self-titled?
I don't know. To be honest, because I listen to a lot of different styles of music and I enjoy a lot of different styles, I think the output reflects that sometimes. And so I'm kind of figuring out right now at the moment, which, how the album will sound. And I'm not going to, comment, or I can't comment, but I think, it'll certainly be a step onwards, I'd say, but I'm not sure exactly how I can comment on that, but I'm excited. It'll still have the spirit. It'll definitely be coming from me, but I might explore a different sound. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing it. So something we did for this Facebook Live interview is we asked people to tweet at KROQ and ask you questions specifically.
Joy.
So
Let's do it.
I've got some fan questions for you.
Yep.
Okay. This person is on a first name basis with you.
Oh, really?
Yes. So this is Khaleesi61. Andrew, why do you wear so many layers of clothes? I see only. You're not even that layered up.
2 layers.
2 layers.
2 layers.
Yeah, I've got 2 layers on too.
Yeah.
So.
If I was to say that to you, Khaleesi, you'd be like, what?
Yeah, seriously.
There'd be fingers wagged and fingers pointed.
There would be.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. Okay, seriously, Hozier asks, most rebellious thing you've ever done as a teenager? I love this question.
Most rebellious thing I've ever done as a teenager? Not to incriminate myself, but the statute limitations probably passed at this stage.
Yeah, you're probably okay.
No, I was a fairly well-behaved lad. Like, I think, you know, so like I wasn't going around robbing things or breaking windows. So I remember, I don't know, I'm trying to think. I remember one fantastic evening down in British Bay, which is this beach in Wicklow, and loads of teenagers from loads of different schools had descended upon this kind of rave, and somebody, you know, lit the place up with some quad bike headlights. Somebody brought down some system, and we were young, and this was a real gathering of people, and we kind of found ourselves stranded in British Bay. Not to put ideas in anyone's head, back home. It's a beautiful kind of sandy beach, and for whatever reason, this thing kind of kicked off, and of course trouble was gonna happen. And I think the police kind of rolled up at one point, and everyone just had to sprint.
Oh,
and there was no roads, so you're just on a beachhead with kind of cliffs. And so we just garden hopped all the way, kind of jumping from, and these are real summer homes, so like jumping into somebody's boat, parked in their house, over the fence, into somebody else's garden, onto their cars. And
how old were you?
I don't know. I actually, maybe, were we even drinking at that stage? Maybe 15, 16, something like that. I was a fairly well-behaved kid, but I remember that as being a kind of a fun, exciting thing. And then I don't know how you got out of that. Yeah. I should ask. I should
just
get
remember
into my
it going
friends.
down.
I remember that being a fun night. I remember that being a fun, like, you know.
Yes.
It was fairly harmless, though.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Very cool. Okay. If you could have an hour-long conversation with anyone of your choice, gone or alive, who would it be and why?
Hour-long conversation with somebody gone or alive. There's a huge amount of musicians that I love who I kind of grew up on, who are, you know, passed away. I think, you know, Nina Simone I've always admired hugely, and she's such a fiery character. So I think, you know, for better or worse, I think I'd love to sit down and talk to her, and just even to discuss what her music means to people nowadays. You know what I mean?
Did you watch that documentary that they have on Netflix?
What happened, Miss Simone?
So good.
Yeah.
I had no idea about her life story.
Yeah, it's really tough. But like somebody like that, like somebody like Nina Simone, or even like singers like Billie Holiday, or, you know, I there's a lot of people that you'd love to show what their work means to the world long after they're gone. So it'd be nice to have a conversation with somebody like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I like your style. What's an aspect of fame that you'll never get used to?
I don't. Yeah, like fame is a weird word. It's a you never really feel. You know, you never really feel fame or experience it. It's something people ask you about. I think the weirdest part of it is being recognized. You know, somebody stopping you in the street or being asked for a photograph. Selfies. 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 The selfie has killed rock and roll.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. If you could travel through time, where and when would you go? I'm
in two minds about this. I would either go back in time and invent a great deal of things and like basically invent the modern world.
Okay.
And
become a millionaire.
Millionaire?
Yeah, trillionaire.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Which I think is too easy, and I think you probably, I would in my last days on Earth, I would probably like to go into the future and just see how this shit show ends up.
Yeah, right. See what the hell's going on in this crazy world we live in. At Flamenca E said, do you think your new album will be similar to your debut success in tone or themes, or should we expect a surprise?
I think it'll you know, I'm still producing stuff that is very much on the same tone and on the same, you know, on this, you know, that makes sense, or it makes sense as a step forward. But I'm eager as well to make music that is a bit different, and so I'm still figuring out which side the next record will fall upon.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll see.
And did you always play piano, or did you?
I'm a terrible piano player. So just like I'm.
So you're just like faking it in the.
I wish.
Better Love video.
I am playing it there, but my technique is awful. So I've got long, sprawly fingers. So that's like
me both.
So I'm using the wrong fingers in wrong like style. But so for recording and stuff, fine. I can play piano, but I've yet to trust myself performing piano on stage.
Okay. Okay.
So for writing and recording, great, easy peas. But I'm not a great piano player.
Okay, I think you're great though. So
hey.
Favorite movie. That's tough.
That's a tough one. I'm a huge Wes Anderson fan.
Oh yeah.
So for a long time, the Royal Tenenbaums and like The Life Aquatic, like they have very like a just kind of special place. And then like The Grand Budapest, I think is his masterpiece really in a lot of ways. But that, and my father introduced me to the Blues Brothers at the age of 3, the original Blues Brothers film, and I used to watch that over like as a 3-year-old kid, just rewind, play, like you'd watch a Disney film or whatever. So that has a special place in my heart.
Nice. Okay, this is a good one. Joe Mama Loves Ya. That's their name. Their at name, I like that. Please ask Hozier about his song Cherry Wine. Proceeds from downloads are donated to Hozier, to international domestic abuse charities.
That is true, and it is a good thing to talk about. World. So we released Cherry Wine a couple of months ago now, and as a single release, and it's the last song on the album. And the song is about an abusive relationship, and we got some fantastic actors involved in the project, a fantastic director. Saoirse Ronan got involved, but basically, with the help of my manager, who does some great work with kind of protecting children from domestic abuse. We kind of got 18 different charities across the world with 18 different nations. So, so it was tricky, and iTunes came on board. And so if you download Cherry Wine on iTunes as a single, and I believe the link is still up there on my thingy, and if not, there's a special place you can download the single version, and all of the proceeds go to a charity in the nation that you download it. So if you're in the UK, it will go to a UK charity. If you were in America, it goes to an appropriate.
That's amazing. Yeah, I love that.
It's in America, it's the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, I believe it's called. Yeah.
That's amazing. I love that. I love that. So you always seem to have strong opinions about things, and
really strong opinions.
You know what I mean? And you seem very informed.
I seem very informed. It's a good thing.
You are informed as far as I can tell.
I know I do.
I mean, I follow you on Instagram and Twitter, and I'm like, he knows the stuff, you know?
You're correct. I think seem is generous enough. Yeah.
Okay. And do you think that it's important as a musician or as an actor or something to do things like that, to make statements within, your realm of work?
Yes and no. I think I'm in two minds about that. So you could look at it in two different ways. You could say it's somebody with a certain platform or with a certain audience has some people might say that you have a responsibility or blah blah blah. I think your duty is not to, you could say like, I think Oscar Wilde said once that a book is never moral or immoral. It's either just well written or badly written. Mm-hmm. And so like in a similar way, all I can do is write music, and obviously personally I have opinions about stuff, and I do weigh in now and then. If you ask me that opinion, I am wary sometimes that I say too much, and people don't need people have their own lives to live. They don't need somebody else just standing on a soapbox all the time. And people switch off on that. They are turned off by that. So there's things that I feel I feel sometimes I feel have strong feelings about, but all I do with the music and all I can do with the music is just reflect my view of the world as honestly as possible. And sometimes my view of the world it's not all roses, you know what I mean? So and I think it's important that we talk about that and engage with that.
Absolutely. Well, I think you do a good job, with, you know, because in the music, I feel like you could take things either way, you know, like for Take Me to Church, you know, some people I think really just think it's a song about going to church. And,
you know what?
You know?
And exactly.
So that's kind of the great thing with music, is it can be interpreted.
Yeah, totally.
And, you know?
And I mean, at the core of it, like, you know, that's a song about loving. Like, it's a song about just getting down. But you know, there's other stuff there too if you want to read into it too. You know, and people will take from music what they take from it, and every piece of art and every piece of work is finished by the observer, is finished by the person who experiences it. You know, you know, so if there's no one there to listen to it, it's meaningless. You know, really, I suppose. So
well, there are a lot of people there to listen to your music.
Hey.
Okay, if there's a chance to work a non-music related job for a week, what profession would you like to try?
I would love to be I always had a fascination with how people's brains work. So I'd love to be like I'd love to even just sit and be a fly in the wall in some kind of active research experiment, psychological experiment.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. What's the creepiest compliment you've ever received?
I don't know. Maybe that I wear.
Aside from the one that I gave you when you came in here.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm still reeling.
Which let's not talk about.
I'm still reeling from that.
I know.
He
was angry.
Yeah. No, I'm still just. I'm just confused by it.
Okay, let's move on.
I think that I wear too many layers of clothing. Possibly. I don't know if that's a compliment. Is it a compliment? I come from a cold place. I'll answer that question now. I come from Ireland, so you wear layers. You do, so you feel naked without them, and that's
right. And he looks good in layers. Okay.
And I look good in layers.
Let's see here. Okay, this is Manuela Longoni. Hi, Hozier. I've always been wondering how you get inspiration to write a song for a movie. So I'd like to ask you how you got yours for Better Love. Oh, we already went over that.
Yeah, we did.
We touched on this already. Okay, that's my bad.
That's cool.
Okay, Stefani wants to know, do you prefer performing in larger venues in front of thousands of people or in smaller ones where you can have more of an intimate connection with your fans?
Yeah, it's two different, very different things. I started off in kind of smaller clubs, and I miss the energy, and I miss the kind of the closeness and the intimacy of a small room. Even a club, like even a club room. So I saw Gary Clark Jr. Recently. He's
so good.
He's just a god up there. He is just a thundering god. But it was in the Bowery Ballroom, and I was so lucky because it was, you know, I would never get a chance to see him otherwise. It was because the Governor's Ball had been cancelled Sunday night, so he did a makeup show real quick in the Bowery Ballroom, which, you know, he could sell that 10 times over. Mm-hmm. And it's just, there is an energy and just a close, like heavy energy when you're in a small room like that. So I do miss that. And that's not to say there isn't joy in filling out a big space, but there's certain rooms. It's tough. There's certain rooms where you can still get a sense of intimacy and closeness, and still play to thousands of people. Mm-hmm. It's rare, but there's some venues in the world that kind of has that. But I don't know. I miss small clubs. I would love, you know, one day down the line, I'd even do a side project just so I could do small clubs again.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? Yeah.
Okay. What is your favorite song to perform live?
Always had a lot of fun with To Be Alone, a song called To Be Alone, which always enjoyed that. Because we just Rory's behind me on the kit, just really hitting it hard, and you can kind of feel that.
Nice. And then just randomly, how did you like collect all the different members who play in your band?
It kind of comes and goes. So Alex Ryan is the oldest playing member in the band. So I met him in college. Mm-hmm. He is fantastic. I met him in my college year. I dropped out after a few months, and I kept in touch with him. He joined me initially in the very early days playing drums, and then moved to bass. He continued. He was a Trinity scholar. I don't know how he kept it up. So I've known him a long time. Rory Doyle came on the sessions for the album and then joined the tour eventually. And he is the heart and soul of it. Like he's just a joy to tour with. And then certain people auditioned. So Alana Henderson came down. We were looking for a cello player, and she auditioned. She's a fantastic, gorgeous
yeah.
singer-songwriter, really beautiful songs. And it's so rare to find somebody who can play cello and sing confidently, and that's something that she, which was fantastic. So we're very lucky to have her. And then I think it changes. So sometimes we couldn't have somebody who could commit the whole time or could commit fully. So we just had to audition on the fly now and then. So Rachel Lampa, who is this incredible, again another singer-songwriter. She auditioned, or no, she just came as a very as a good. Some people just came as good kind of recommendation, and herself and Ruby Amanfu, who has her own album out now. So like some people kind of came and went, and then Lorraine Barnes took over for Ruby, and Mia Fitzgerald auditioned as well too. No, she didn't. I had played with her in a few different projects. She's a piano player and guitarist.
How many are there all together?
There's 8 of us on stage.
Oh my gosh.
7 of us on stage.
That's amazing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of us on stage.
Okay.
All together, yeah.
Well, it makes sense because, to make that full of a sound, because the record is so full.
Yeah, and they're all singers, and that was the hard part. It was making sure they all could be good singers in their own right and fill out that kind of sound, Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. Do you write better when you're in love?
No. No one does. Because when you're in love and you're happy, you don't waste your time sitting around thinking about how you feel. You just enjoy the experience of being happy and being in love.
Very true.
So I think when you are, when you're up emotional shit creek, so to speak, with your mouth open, you just that's when you go. You want to distract yourself. You want to distract yourself at work, and you kind of want to process, I suppose, the joy, maybe the joy that is now bringing you sorrow, so to speak. You know what I mean? So and that's why you can create fantastic love songs when you're really torn apart. But there you go.
Well, I hope you're not in love right now, Hozier, because you've got a record to make.
I have a record to make.
All right. You had the chance, thanks to your talent, to realize your dreams. What's next? What's your ultimate dream?
What is my ultimate dream? I don't know. I think, if I was able to do this and continue doing this, for the foreseeable future, for the unforeseeable future, I would be happy. I think I've I have a fantastic fan base, and I was blown away by the audiences as we were closing up the tour, and I just want to make a great record and do it again. And I don't know, you can have a dream, and I mean the dream that I had, I'm living, so to speak. But then you're always looking for the next thing. I think the idea of it's important to obviously strive towards, your dreams and your ambition, but it's so I'm incredibly happy. I just want to keep doing this. Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, well, I guess we'll take it to Facebook Live. Here we are on the tablet. Okay, so if you guys have questions, feel free to ask them. Okay. Would you form a supergroup?
I would.
Who would be in it?
Oh man. I can't. I would absolutely form a supergroup. We'd have to wait and see. But I mean, I would be eager to collaborate with a lot of people. So I can't name.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'd have to, because the last 2 years were so busy as well too. I never get to form very, very close relationships with folks, and with players, apart from the group that I played with. So look, we'll have to wait and see. But I'm always up for collaborations. I'm always eager to write for duets and whatever else. So.
Absolutely. Okay, cool. Whoa, I'm gonna break this thing. People really want you to visit South America.
I'll be there.
He'll be there.
I'll be there.
When?
With bells on. Next tour, I hope so. Yeah, next tour.
Who is your idol?
Who is my idol? There's loads, and I respect Nina Simone a great deal. As I said, a lot of singers. I think Tom Waits got me into songwriting, and
Nice.
In a big way. I was fascinated by a lot of his music as a teenager, and he's still kind of a big hero in my books. Yeah,
he is like unlike anybody else.
That's it.
He really is.
Yeah, he just exactly like, and he's somebody who just has done his own thing and has created just. When I first heard it, it was music like I didn't think people can make music like that, you know. But yeah, he would be a big idol.
Oh, you have beautiful man hair. Sarah Chapa wants you to know. Has anyone asked you if they can braid it?
If I'd let them braid it? Has anyone asked me?
Yes.
Yeah, I had it braided once. So Lorraine in the band, we were all waiting for a ferry at like 3 or 4 in the morning, and she just went on a braiding spree. It was great fun. But she's. I
saw you with cornrows on your Instagram.
Yeah, so she's from Jamaica. Like her family's from Jamaica. She's from London, and yeah, we all just sat around together and played with each other's hair. But she braided all the.
That's awesome. Favorite color?
Always a big black.
Yes.
Black. There you go.
Yeah, we both.
Yeah.
All right, you're on my team.
Yeah.
I like you. Oh, do you have any tattoos, or would you get a tattoo?
I have a tattoo. Yeah. Prison style. It's my friend tattooed one evening he with a needle and a
really?
Yeah, like a needle and a piece of string, you know.
Oh my God. You're hardcore, Hozier.
No, it's actually not painful. It's
Really?
not as hard as I would think. I would think the other style is different. So I've got something that no one's really ever seen.
Okay.
Which because I wear too many layers, so you'll never see it.
You'll literally never see it, guys. Sorry about that. Do you think you'll stay planted where you're at, which is Ireland? Well, not really though. Or would you consider moving to the US?
I've considered it. Not so much like I've considered it. I've always wanted to experience what it would be like to live in a place like New York, and just what that crazy energy of the place, and maybe plug in as well. LA too. It's just has its own. It would be a beautiful place to live. I still consider Ireland home, I think, and part of me obviously always will. And for the time being, it will be. Yeah. But I would consider, and I have considered it, in a big way.
Okay, well,
and I might do that.
The future will tell us.
Yeah.
How old is your dog?
He is about, I want to say he's about 3 or 4 years now at this stage.
What kind of dog is it?
He is a mix, as far as I know, between a Border Collie and a Springer Spaniel.
Nice.
And he was we were out in the countryside at one stage, and he was a puppy left over of a litter that no one really had ownership of, and he was kind of on his own, and he was kind of, he didn't have owners, and he was kind of, poor guy was kind of out on his own. So we
Does he go on tour with you?
He doesn't. No.
Okay.
No. He's a sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I bet you miss your
TV.
dog.
He watches.
Really?
I kid you not. If I switch on, I'll show you videos. I remember like Ice Age. I think the folks sent me a video of like Ice Age being on TV, and he was literally just like fixated on it. Like anything that looks like an animal, he will look at it. Cooking shows. So you could put on cooking shows or Animal Planet, and like if you just say like doggy on the telly, like on the TV or whatever, he will just like leap towards it. I was watching a documentary, a World War II documentary. And he was just fixated on it. Like he's kind of creepy. And then there's a video of like Hitler playing with his bloody dog, and then he's just like leaping at it, like trying to get at it.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I love your dog. I want to meet your dog. Best book you've ever read?
Best book you've ever read. My favorite book is 1984.
Nice.
Yeah.
Orwell.
By Orwell. Yeah, George Orwell. So. I've read that. I've read that a few times, but it's always just how prescient it is, and how terrifyingly prescient it is. There's a lot still in that book that is kind of, it's worth reading. I think
it absolutely is worth
especially
reading.
In today's day and age, it's definitely worth reading.
It's crazy how long ago that book was written.
Yeah.
To how accurate.
Yeah, 1947, like 1940. Written in the 1940s, and it's based on. It draws from Stalin's kind of Red Terror, but it's a lot of the kind of dynamics that is talked about. We see still today. So it's
All right, well, that's all the time that we have. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today, Hozier.
Thank you.
And
thank you
guys for watching. It's world famous KROQ.